So I was scrolling around YouTube and, just out of curiosity, went to Google as well. And, I always like to see if there's any like images, pictures, information on certain, pairings. And I'm not just talking, like romantic shipping pairings or anything when it comes to MLP. I'm talking, pairings that basically could be, fan favorites but are underrated. And one pairing I decided to, kind of look up was Spike and Cadence. And the reason I say that is because, one thing that got recommended to me on YouTube when it came to MLP was, the conclusion of the Crystal Empire Season 3 premiere. And you had two videos, both I think were official MLP YouTube pages, where one thumbnail said Spike saves the day, and then the other says Cadence saves the day. And I look at that and I'm thinking, you could just retitle those and say, literally that both Spike and Cadence save the day. Because it makes sense. Yes, Spike got the crystal heart out there in time for, Cadence to, get powered up by it and everything and prove that she is the crystal princess. And Cadence was the one that got thrown like a javelin by Shining Armor to catch Spike as he was falling along with the crystal heart to put it back in place. And ever since then, they've kind of had a very unique brother-sistery like friendship or partnership, if you will. I mean, when you look at episode 200, that's pretty much saying right then and there that Spike, is not just Shining Armor's brother, or little brother, if you will, officially, just like he's Twilight's little brother, but he's Cadence's brother-in-law. Well, her little brother, too. And to me, I think, they're very underrated as a pair because, yes, we don't see Cadence as much, but what we do get to see sometimes, is actually enjoyable. She can be fun-loving in everything and, when given the opportunity, can really show off. I mean, look at Best Gift Ever, in the climax conclusion of that. So, to me, I think, they're a very underrated pair. I mean, they don't get paired up as much, but the fact that Cadence basically bows down to Spike to make him feel good because he helped save the Crystal Empire, and that's a notification. I do apologize for that if you heard it. But like I said, to know that she, bows down and does it playfully for Spike because he saved the Crystal Empire that one time, it's like, to me, you can't ask for a better, I guess you could say, friend, sibling-in-law, if you will, than her. I mean, she is basically a very kind individual, there's no doubt, unless you get on her bad side like certain antagonists have. But again, when I look at the pairing of these two, I mean, yeah, it isn't shown as much, but you can definitely tell that there is a playfulness, an encouragement factor, if you will, between them, an understanding, if you will. And again, when you really think about it, with one YouTube channel says Spike saved the day, and the others, other official YouTube channel says Cadence saved the day. In reality, both Spike and Cadence saved it simultaneously, and I don't think anybody should forget that. I mean, again, you have Shining Armor throwing his wife like a javelin, and her catching Spike, and both of them basically being responsible simultaneously for saving the Empire. I look at it this way. Why doesn't Hasbro tell their people in charge of the My Little Pony YouTube channels, hey, both Spike and Cadence saved the day. It wasn't just Cadence, and it wasn't just Spike on their own. So to me, when I look at that, I think that's something that needs to be corrected. But also when I look at this pairing, I look at a pairing that's very underrated, and hopefully, will get, talked about and utilized more so in not just fanfics, but maybe some official material down the line. I mean, it'd be nice to see. It would be nice to see more of the camaraderie, if you will, between the two. I mean, let's be honest. If you go on to certain video sites of the NFSW kind. There is an FSM animations, and I mean that CGI SFM animations of an anthropomorphic Cadance and a grown-up anthropomorphic Spike getting it on, if you know what I mean. But that's all I'm going to say on that. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, obviously, people, obviously fans do like the pairing to the point they're like, well, I wonder what would happen if these two did the deed, But outside of that, I think it's a very underrated, underappreciated pairing, and I think it needs to get more love. I really do. Because, again, when you look at the Crystal Empire two-parter, the mini-movie, it wasn't just Cadance that saved the day. It was also Spike. Both of them together. And I think that's why you see that camaraderie. That's why you see that understanding. That's why you see that little bit of playfulness between them. Because of the fact that they both understand that together they saved the entire kingdom. And also, it's, from Cadance's point of view, it's the kind of encouragement back then that Spike needed to really become who he is today. What he is today, I should say, or what he was later on in the series. But what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this pairing of Spike and Cadance, not romantically, but as an underappreciated pairing, basically one that doesn't get that much love? Did you like the pairing, and do you kind of believe that it wasn't just, Spike, but it was both Spike and her? Let me know in the comment section, live chat during the premiere. And if you've noticed, super chats were open as described in the description, or in the title and the description. Super chats were open if you wanted to donate. Super thanks afterwards as well. But give me your thoughts, guys, and I'll talk to y'all later.